him, Father, I have sinned against both heaven and you, and I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to the servants, what happened? The father said to his servants, quick, bring the finest robes in the house and put it on him. Get a ring for his finger and sandals for his feet. Kill the calf that we've been fattening, and we'll celebrate with a feast. For my son of mine who is dead has now returned to life. He was lost, but is now found. So let the party begin. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field working. When he returned home, he heard music and dancing in the house. And he asked one of the servants, what's going on? He said, your brother is back. Was told, your father's killed the fatted calf, and we're celebrating because of his safe return. The older brother grew angry and wouldn't go in. When his father came out to beg him to come in, he replied, all these years I've refused you a single thing, and yet all that time you've never given me one goat for a feast with my friends. Yet when the son of yours comes home, who squandered all of his money on prostitutes and partying, celebrated by killing fatted calf, his father looked at him and said, dear son, you have always stayed with me, and everything I have is yours. We celebrate this happy day, for your brother was dead, now he has come back to life. He was lost, and now he found. Now he's found. Does that mean anything to anybody? Now, this was written 2,000 years ago. And what it's talking about is like the temptations of this world. It could be not just a son, let's say it's a daughter. Plenty of daughters in here. God offers it to us. He said, here, it's yours. Now, what you're going to do with it is up to you. And we all go out. We live that wild life, partying. Be lucky like me and make it back. I was dead, but now I'm alive. But what this is this young man came back. He went out. He thought all of his friends were doing it. Why couldn't he do it? They all having a good time. We see it on TV. We see it everywhere. You know, let's go make it happen. Well, he gets out there and he finds out all those friends that he bought, once he ain't got the money to pay for them no more, hey, guess what? And he's so bad off, it's getting so rough on him, that he was begging for the scraps that they feed the pigs, and he couldn't even get that at the end. He goes back to his father and he says, Father, I've sinned against you in heaven. Please have me back. The father said, you know, you were dead, but now you are alive. And the thing about that story is, and my wife actually pointed this out to me, is that the father he's never gone, he's always with us. We don't have to travel to this church, to the next church, to the next church. You can do it in your bedroom. You can say, you know, Lord, I've sinned against you, I'm dead. But through your salvation, your grace, your forgiveness, I will be alive. All right, now that's that story 2,000 years ago. Let's bring it to 2021. Same thing. Two kids out working, brother, sister, don't matter which one. The youngest one says, hey, Dad, you know, we got a little bit going on. How about let me have a little bit of money, you know, so I can see if I can do my own thing. Dad said, okay, here it is, take it. Goes out, does the exact same thing. I mean, you see it every day around us. 2021, this was wrote 2,000 years ago. They take it. I mean, it might not have to be money. Let's say you got a skill, but you go squander that skill. Let's say you're good at a people person, and you squander that. Where you could be like the other son at home, who was a little bit jealous, but that's what his father said, look, you have everything I own. You know, what he's saying is, in this next life, you're going to be there. It's all going to be yours. Now, there's plenty of people that say, you know, I mean, I've got 10,000 stories, ain't a doubt about it. But I've got friends that didn't make it to where I'm standing now. Some of them, they just ain't here no more. What if you're that guy? What if you're that girl that just don't make it? Think you can go out, have a good time, and, well, God forgives, you know, I'll just be sure one day when it's over with and ask for forgiveness. You know what? Why not happen? And as Christians, when we're alone as Christians, it's hard. And I really believe that's what happened to me as a young man. I separated myself from my Christian friends because, well, I mean, ain't no lie, my other friends would have a whole lot more fun. But I got an example I want to give you guys that I was shown a long time ago. Yes, you. All right. Please don't impale nobody with these. Pass these out. Please don't hit nobody. Hold that, please. Everybody sees a stick. Now, could this right here be us as an example as a Christian?
I don't know.
Be strong. Get everybody one.
Yeah, give everybody one.
We ain't selective here. We all get hit the same. All right. Yeah, I see you stick. Most of you, heart's getting to you. Come on, man.
This is a nice stick.
Huh?
This is a nice stick.
Well, it's going to get nicer. This stick could represent us as a Christian when we're not staying with other Christians. Do you know how? Break it. Just don't get ahead of it. All right. Show them how to break it, bud.
Break it, Jemiah.
No, not y'all. Jemiah, break it. Show them.
Why would you break it? Why would you
Because I asked her to. Now this is us as Christians. Like no. Hold on. Y'all can. I just want you to do this, but don't break it. But you see how easily it can be broke. All right. That's what the only thing I want you to do is see how easily it can be broke. Y'all feel it? Round them up. Right back. She's gonna come by and pick them up. Just set the broken down back.
I don't want to break it. Please.
No. Okay. Come on up here.
I said I want to break it.
Well, come on up here, both of you. Hold your stick.
Let me do it.
Hold on.
It's hard to do it. Okay, go.
Boy, y'all got a bunch of slow in you.
Hurry up. Hurry up, bro. Why are you so...
I'm old. I know why I'm slow.
Go break it.
No, give your stick back. Oh. You can come up here too, babe.
Oh, okay.
Well, you still gonna take it from her in a minute anyway.
Yeah, but it's broke.
Just chill. Boy, if this was Final Jeopardy, I think it's straight out.
Hurry up. Hey, hurry up. I'm trying to break my stick.
Boy, y'all ain't making no effort to give them to her. He was like, here, just take it. I'm good. Caleb's trying to hold it back. We're going to do what's called an analogy. Since Caleb, an analogy is when you take two things and try to make them seem like something. All right, come here. Hold them up. Okay. Here. All right, you hold them down.
I'm not.
You take his tape and take the top to the bottom. Just one time around. I guess I could have got you there instead of sitting there holding it.
Which one we take? This part?
Just take this part and this part.
Right?
Right there. All right. Now this just roll it around one time. You're good. The best stuff in the world. Different. All right. Now this just represents the Christians in this room. Right? It's just us. You do it. Hey, look at all that. All right. Now break it.
Break it.
Yes.
Use your knee.
Come on, put a little hump in it. You out there killing the people with that ball.
I don't kill people with balls.
Well, you don't kill people with sticks either.
Yeah.
I'm not really wanting you to break it. I just want you to try.
I'm trying.
This is an Alright.
No, you gotta break it right. Like,
Okay, this is all like the whole broke nose thing.
let Akira try. Let Akira try. Let Akira try.
Let Akira do it.
Alright, one time go ahead and break your knee. Alright. Okay, now. Alright, go ahead if you want to try one time. Don't jump up and down or drop kick it. Bruce Lee it or nothing.
Akira wants to try.
What? Akira gonna break her
Why did I say that?
Just like the bend it. Put it on your knee and bend it.
Oh, okay. Don't do that.
Alright, give it back.
She was gonna
Now,
break it.
alright,
It's gonna pop
this
up in
is
your
my
eyes.
example of us as Christians. When as Christians, we all stick together. We're not isolated. We go out and we find one another. We support one another. Look at what we could be. Look at what we can do. Together, I mean, yes, eventually it could be broke. Eventually, one day our day's going to come. I mean, it's just the way we're made. It's just the way of the universe. But not today. Today, as Christians, we can sit here and bounce these on our knees all day. I thought you wanted to try it again.
Oh.
But, I mean, what I'm saying is, yeah, I mean, you go out there in the car, run over it a couple of times, it's going to break. But as Christians, we go out, we seek one another, we stick with one another. We show love to one another. And to me, there's two things that define Christianity. The first is love and the other is sacrifice. Because if you love someone, you are willing to sacrifice for them. And like, I'm one of these dumb people, I give people money at the side of the road because I think, you know, they might really need it. That might be that prodigal son who was so low that people wouldn't even give him the scraps to feed their pigs. But that's the message I got. Don't know what you're doing, but I'm looking. Does anybody have any questions on anything besides breaking the sticks? Oh, that's Can anybody think of a situation today where you're tempted to go out and do the party thing? Go out with other people? Easy.
Can't ground no.
Huh? Well, I'm just saying. And you know, it's all right to go hang out, go to movies, go to parties. But when it gets to the point to where, like, well, you got to have a sip of this or toke of that or something like that, then you know it's getting a little bit too far. It's an easy trap to fall into. That's all about that prodigal. What I want you guys to be when you get my age is, yeah, I'm that other son. You know, I stayed and I did right. And so I'm set up right. When I get to heaven, God's gonna look at me and say, well done, my good and faithful servant. And that's about where I'm at. Was that 20 minutes?
You want to pray for us?
Anybody got any questions?
How far is it?
You can run, hit him.